In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NBA games happening on April 16, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Utah Jazz vs. Dallas Mavericks. The number 4 seed Dallas Mavericks will host number 5 seed Utah Jazz in Game 1 of their first-round series in the Western Conference Finals on Saturday. The Jazz and Dallas both won 2 out of the 4 head-to-head games during the regular season, with the home team taking each game outright. There was a time a couple of months ago when it looked like the Jazz were legitimate contenders. But now, having sunk to 5th in the West, a first-round exit might be the most likely outcome. Nobody talks about guard Donovan Mitchell as a rising star anymore, and if he does not do something quick, he might just turn into the Bradley Beal of the West, a highly productive player who just isn't very relevant. Dallas is an intriguing opponent for any team because it might be more dependent on one player, Luka Doncic, than any other team in the league. When he is on, he is fabulous and more than capable of carrying this team to a first-round series win, especially with the way they are playing defense this season. With Doncic expected to be out, the Jazz are road favorites to start the series. Mitchell is listed as questionable with an illness, so it will be interesting to see how his status progresses. I expect he will play, as long as we expect Doncic to be on the sidelines. Dallas finished second in the league in points allowed this season. Spencer Dinwiddie can take on some of the ball handling responsibilities of Doncic, but he does not create mismatches, so the offense will be facing some tough matchups. So there's one major factor that's playing into this game, and that's the absence of Luka Doncic. You have to wonder how the Mavericks are going to keep pace with the Jazz without their top scorer, assist man, and rebounder. Look for Utah to come into this game and take advantage of the Doncic-less Mavericks. Now statistically, Utah has the edge in scoring in terms of points and offensive efficiency. When comparing points per game, Utah outscores Dallas by 6 points per game. The Jazz are tied for first with the Hawks for offensive efficiency at 114 points per 100 possessions. The Utah Jazz aren't the most trustworthy team in the world because they go through serious offensive droughts, and they consistently blow massive leads. However, the Dallas Mavericks will be without Luka for this contest, and that's a massive blow considering his fingerprints are all over Mavericks games. He does everything for this team, and not having him is a ridiculous blow. The Jazz are coming into Game 1 at full strength and full of confidence, while the Mavericks have already ruled out Luka Doncic for this one, and they will also be keeping an eye on Frank Ntilikina and Sterling Brown, who are both listed as day-to-day. These two teams split 4 meetings in the regular season, with each game being decided by an average of 8 points. But with Doncic out, Utah has the clear edge here. Utah has not translated their regular season success into recent postseasons, and this is a huge opportunity for them. I'm not big on the Jazz, but this is a game they should win comfortably and take full advantage of. So the Utah Jazz to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Mavericks were the slowest-paced playing team in the NBA this season, and the 3rd slowest-paced team over the last 10 games. The Utah Jazz were the slowest-paced playing team over the last 10 games and 23rd in pace during the season. With Luka Doncic unlikely to suit up, the Mavericks will have a hard time replacing the offensive production and have to rely on their defense even more. Dallas had a 31-49-2 over-under record, which made them the worst over team in the NBA. On the other side, Utah had a 37-43-2 over-under record, making them the 6th best under team. Both of these teams rank in the bottom 10 in terms of pace. Dallas is dead last at 97.5 possessions per game, while Utah averages 99.5. Being that the Mavericks are without Doncic, they'll really want to slow this game down and minimize Utah's possessions so they can stay within striking distance. Additionally, each of these teams rank in the top 10 in defensive efficiency. The Mavericks are ranked 6th at 106.8, while the Jazz round out the top 10 at 107.7. Playing without him might look pretty ugly, forcing the Mavericks to lean even more heavily on their defense to keep things close. They are going to want to turn this one into a grinder and hope for the best. I believe Utah's defense will have their way with the Doncic-less Mavericks, and I expect they'll hold Dallas under 100 points. You already expect to see a dip in offensive production in the playoffs, and that's an understatement for this game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Memphis Grizzlies. It's the start of the NBA playoffs with a first-round matchup coming to you from Bluff City on the hardwood. The 7th-seeded Minnesota Timberwolves are on the road as they travel to face the 2nd-seeded Memphis Grizzlies in Game 1 of their best-of-7 first-round series Saturday afternoon. Minnesota earned the 7th seed by knocking off the Clippers 109-104 at home in the play-in tournament Tuesday night in their most recent contest. Memphis closed the regular season with a 139-110 home loss to Boston Sunday in their previous game. In the all-time regular season series between the teams, the Timberwolves own a 51-50 advantage, including a 119-114 home win in the most recent meeting on February 24th. This marks the first postseason meeting between the franchises. The Minnesota Timberwolves are still buzzing after beating the Clippers at home to make the postseason for just the second time in the last 18 seasons. NBA fans had a lot of fun with that on social media, but now the real fun begins. They are facing a tough matchup in Memphis. Opening on the road won't be easy, and they lost the regular season meetings at FedEx Forum by 7 and 8 points. Opening the postseason at home will be a special feeling for Memphis, and I expect a young team to come out with a ton of energy, especially since we know Ja Morant is back and ready to play. In the game against New Orleans 5 days ago, they dropped 141 points, and Morant looked as solid as ever with 21 points and 9 assists in just 27 minutes. The Grizzlies were one of the most reliable teams against the spread in home games this season, covering in 27 of 41. They also have the experience from last year's postseason. Plus, the rest advantage is on their side as they made the postseason the old-fashioned way. The Timberwolves played well down the stretch, but they struggled on the road, losing 3 of their last 5 road games. They don't rebound the ball as well as the Grizzlies and won't get a lot of extra scoring opportunities against one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the league. They've also been careless with the ball, turning it over more than times per game on the road, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Grizzlies, who average more than 9 steals per game. With the Grizzlies holding opponents under 110 points per game at home, the Timberwolves will struggle offensively in this game. Scoring hasn't been a problem for the Grizzlies, who are averaging more than 117 points per game at home. They are aggressive on the offensive glass, grabbing more than 14 offensive boards per game, which will lead to extra scoring opportunities. They also do a good job protecting the ball at home. The Timberwolves aren't very good defensively, and they play worse on the road, where they are giving up more than 118 points per game and will have a hard time slowing down the Grizzlies. You have to play the trends with the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have been one of the more consistent teams in the league all year, and that includes being 27-14 against the spread at home and 52-29-1 against the spread on the season. The Grizzlies win at home by an average of 9 points. The Grizzlies covered the spread in 52 of 82 games during the regular season. Beating a team like Minnesota by 7 points at home is very realistic. The play-in game took a toll on the Timberwolves for sure, and I just can't see them getting anything on the road against a much superior team. So the Memphis Grizzlies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Minnesota enters this game having seen the over hit in 50 of their 83 games on the year. The Timberwolves are first in the league in tempo with 100.9 possessions a night this season. Memphis has seen the under hit in 38 of their 82 games, with 1 push. This season, they entered this one with the over hitting in 4 of their last 5 games. The Grizzlies stand third in the league in tempo with 100.3 possessions a game this season. 5 of the last 8 meetings between these teams have wound up over the mark. Of all the game first being played this weekend, this one has the highest projected total. That number was surpassed only in one of the 4 meetings during the regular season, while 2 other games finished with 233 points scored. Minnesota's defense ranks 13th in efficiency this season, but they haven't been all that impressive, allowing the 6th highest amount of points per game this season. They rank first in pace of play, averaging 103.5 possessions per game. But Memphis isn't far behind in 3rd with 103 per game. With Ja Morant back in the lineup, this team is capable of putting up 130 points on any given night in this series. Hitting a statement made at home would set the tone for the rest of the series, and the Grizzlies can do just that. With the top 2 scoring offenses in the league on the floor, coupled with a pair of mediocre defenses, look for a track meet in this contest. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.